Hello everyone, this is Philip here from Stay Connected. Today I will be showing you how to remove or replace the wrappers on the iPad Air 3. Before we get started, I suggest you have a complete Torx screwdriver kit because that's what you need to remove the screws on the back. To remove the screws, I'm using a Torx screwdrivers with the T6 bit. So the first step is to remove the 3s on the top and the 4 screws on the bottom. So the 2 screws on the bottom here, they are longer screws than the other 5. You have to be careful with that. Make sure to put the longer one at the bottom and the smaller one at the other locations. So there's 5 shorts and 2 long screws. Okay, good. So now you can see that all the screws are gone. You'll be able to remove the wrappers. Step 2 is very simple. You have to pull the back of the wrapper. The best way I do is I push down the connector with this finger and then I pull with those 2 fingers the wrapper like that. You can use that end to pull off the top part, just like that. Okay, good. Step 2 is done. We pulled off the back of the wrapper here. You can see here that there's a little connector that's connect the back of the wrapper and the connector. You just want to unplug this for now. You can turn the connector down and just pull the cable off like that. Good. Now we have unplugged the back of the wrapper. You can put that aside. If you want, for the next step, you can unplug the connectors that is plugged in the iPad, and you can put it aside with the back of the wrapper. If the connector's in good shape and it's still working, we can keep it for the next wrapper. Next step is pretty simple. You just have to pull off the front part of the wrapper. It is glued with 3M stripped tape on the iPad, so all the sides here of the front, they have stripes of glue. They are glued to the iPad. So to remove it, you just have to force a bit the part, and it's gonna unglue like that, and you just remove it. Also, in your case, you will have a screen protector that is protecting the screen. That screen protector will probably be glued to the front part of the wrapper. So when you're done with removing the front part of the wrapper, you will probably have to replace the screen protector. To replace the screen protectors, you have extras in the box, like I mentioned. There's cleaning stuff inside the box. You clean the screen, and then you apply the screen protectors. When you are done installing the new screen protectors, the iPad will be ready to be put in the new wrapper. Okay, so the first step to install the new wrapper, you want to take the back of the wrapper and you're going to replug the cable that is coming out of the back of the wrapper. Just like that. Good. Now the cable is plugged back in the connector. You can go ahead and put the connector back in the back of the wrapper, like that. Connector's in, and it's ready to be plugged in the iPad. Step 2 is to plug the connector inside the iPad, just like that. There you go. Now it's plugged in. You can put the iPad back in the wrapper, just that way, just like that. Now you can see the iPad is in, plugged in, connectors in the wrapper correctly. Okay, so next step is to put the top part of the wrapper back on the iPad like that. Before you do that, you want to take off that 3M tapes protection, so it's gonna be glued to the iPad. So here you can see there's 3M tapes. When you're done removing all the protections on the 3M tapes, you can just slowly put, you can start by putting this part first. Make sure it's installed correctly. Go ahead and put that in like that. And then this is going to go exactly in like that. So you can put pressures on all sides to make sure it glues correctly. Last step is to put the screws back on. It's pretty simple. Go one first, here, like that. Second screws. Great, so now that the screws are back on, we are good to go. The device will be able to be put back in the kiosk. The only thing that needs to be done in the software end by us is to register that connector with the iPad. Since that connector was used before with another iPad, we need to unregister that connector and then re-register it with that devices. So I suggest you send us an email every time you are changing a wrapper, so we make sure that the registration is done correctly with the iPad. Good, so now that the wrapper is changed, we are good to go. You can use that device back in the kiosk. Like I mentioned, make sure you send us an email with the serial number of the device so we can do the registration for the connector. And if you have any questions, our email address is support@stayconnected.co. Thanks for watching and have a good day.